Hello, my name is Haley Hutchins, and I will be reading Stone Soup Retold by Heather Forrest and illustrated by Susan Gabbert. I will now begin. Hello, class. How is everyone doing today? Fantastic! I have a fun book I'm going to share with you. First, we're going to take a look at the cover and make some predictions. Can anyone tell me what a prediction is? Good, good. We went over that at the beginning of the year, right? Nice. Okay. So here's our story. All right. Can anyone tell me what they think we might be reading about today? Stone soup. Yeah. But what do you think these people have to do with stone soup? And what does a stone have to do with soup? Have you ever been in the kitchen making soup with your mom? She ever used a stone in her soup? That's just silly. Alright, why don't we peek inside and find out what this silly front cover is all about. There was once a comfortable little village nestled in the mountains. The people who lived there had more than enough to keep themselves content. One day, two travelers came along. Their coats were tattered, their hats were torn, their dusty shoes had holes in their soles. Hungry and tired, one traveler said to the other, "Surely someone here can spare a bit of food." And we see the village they approach. They knocked boldly on the door. It creaked open and a woman asked, "What do you want?" "Please," said one of the travelers, "we are hungry. Do you care? Will you share? Do you have any food?" The woman squinted her eyes and tartly replied, "No." She quickly slammed the door. The travelers walked a little farther down the road and knocked on another door. A young boy answered. His chocolate brown eyes were sweet. "Good day," he said shyly. "What do you want?" "Please," said one of the travelers, "we are hungry. Do you care? Will you share? Do you have any food?" The little boy replied, "There is no food here," and closed the door. Do you guys think the travelers are going to find any food? The travelers wandered wearily through the village. Can anyone tell me what they think wearily might mean? I know that's a big word. Well, in this case, that means our wanderers are tired. As you can see here, they're sitting down. They've had hard luck. They're just trying to find some food. The travelers wandered wearily through the village, knocking on every door. But everywhere they heard, "I don't care. I won't share. There is no food." They sat to rest beside a well. One traveler sighed and clutched his empty belly. He said, "If there is really no food in this elegant little village, then the people who live here are in greater need than we. We should make them our magical soup." What do you guys think the magical soup is going to have in it? If we refer back to our cover, we might guess a stone. So why don't we keep reading to find out? I chose this book for a second grade classroom because I feel the lesson in the story of sharing and caring is very important for younger students to learn. The vocabulary used in the book is also easy to follow along with. so my students would be able to read the book themselves after I read it aloud. This book is written in parts, so it's easy for the students to indicate beginning, middle, and end to contribute to sequencing in which we apply for our centers. And this brings us into the standards I use to go with my centers. So for the initial standard to go with all of them, I have the use of knowledge and language and its conventions when writing, speaking, reading, or listening. For the medium level readers, I have write narratives in which they recount a well-elaborated event or short sequence of events, include details to describe actions, thoughts, and feelings, use temporal words to signal event order and provide a sense of closure. For second language learners standard, another standard I applied to my centers. Use information gained from the illustrations and words in print or digital text to demonstrate understanding of its character, setting, or plot. That same standard is used for the low-level readers. And for high-level readers, we have to tell a story, recount an experience with appropriate facts and relevant descriptive details, speaking audibly in coherent sentences. And these all apply to my centers of sequencing and main events.